There's your starting pitcher for the Columbus Clippers, Joe Martinez. And Bucky, this right-hander, boy, to have a guy with big league experience to take the ball at a game of this magnitude for their skipper, Mike Starbaugh, a man who struck out 13 in his only previous postseason start here with the Clippers. And what is he going to feature today for the Columbus Club?
Well, he's got 3 pitches. He's got a 90-mile-an-hour fastball and his curveball and a changeup, but he is a curveball is outstanding.
That 13 strikeout performance in a 6-2 victory in the Governor's Cup final in Game 3 against Lehigh Valley. Martinez, a 6'2", 190-pound right-hander out of South Orange, New Jersey, 28 years of age, an original 12th round pick of the San Francisco Giants back in 2005 out of Boston College. And here's a guy who's been through some upheaval here, Bucky, recently in his professional career. He was traded in the span of 7 months twice between July of last year and January of this year. He went from San Francisco to Pittsburgh. He went from Pittsburgh to Cleveland. And, well, he's trying to make his way now in his 3rd organization in less than a calendar year.
Well, that's tough sometimes, you know, when you get traded that many times in a short period of time. But, you know, he's got a good arm, and he's pitching in a big game, and he's a good-looking right-hander.
So Martinez gets the ball as the Columbus Clippers try to back up their national title game win from a season ago. Here's the umpiring crew representing the International League. The plate ump is Manny Gonzalez. At first base from the PCL is Barry Larson. Gonzalez represents the International League. Mark Lolo is the IL's 2nd base ump today, and the PCL gives us the 3rd base umpire. That's John Tumpane. We're just about set to crank it up from Isotopes Park, and finding a space in the left-hand side for the Omaha Storm Chasers is, well, a speed merchant. Gerard Dyson, hitting just .212 in the postseason, but he has homered, doubled, and driven in 6. And man, can this guy fly. Dyson, when he gets on the bases and takes off, you don't get him. He's 38 out of 40 in steals in a regular season. There's your first pitch of the contest, and Martinez fires a strike on the outside corner to begin. Just a gorgeous evening, Bucky. 86 degrees. Look, not even a hint of wind. They tell us 2 miles per hour. You have to squint to see any wind at all.
Just a beautiful setting, a beautiful ballpark, and you know, just got a great atmosphere.
Martinez misses with the next. It's ball and a strike as he works here to Dyson, and this one is grounded foul off toward the first base side, and it's 1-2. Well, not as much thump in the middle of the order for the Storm Chasers, Bucky. So these rabbits at the top of the lineup, and all 4 of these guys, the first 4 can steal bases. Dyson, Falou, Lowe, and Kane. Their skipper, Mike Jersley, feels like they might have to manufacture some runs here tonight. They're
going to have to run. They're going to have to try and get on base and try and create some havoc on the base paths for them. This team, Omaha, reminds me a lot of the team that I had in '02. We had a lot of speed, and we used it. I think we stole something like close to 200 bases that year, and we had to do the same thing. We had to get guys on base, and we had to take chances and manufacture runs.
Now there's that terrific breaking ball that Joe Martinez features, and you could see Dyson try to check on it, and the ball was in the dirt, so the catcher Carlin had to finish off the strikeout with a throw down to first base. That is Martinez's best pitch. It's his curveball, and his pitching coach Ruben Niebla told me yesterday that that's the one he's going to rely on all night long. First offering here to Irving Falou, misses out. Falou, the shortstop and 2-hitter, having a solid postseason over 7 ball games, 286 average with a couple of doubles and 4 driven in, as Martinez misses low and away. 2 balls, no strikes. And Falou, as it would happen, Bucky, is the guy with the most steals in the playoffs right now for the Storm Chasers, and he hasn't been thrown out. He's 2 for 2.
That's outstanding.
And the 2-0 on the inside for a called strike. David Lowe is next. Lorenzo Cain will clean up today for the Chasers. You're missing that left-handed bat of Clint Robinson right there, along with Kai Hue. Those 2 guys, some real boppers in the meat of the order for Jersley. Martinez outside and low with ball 3, and it's 3-1. The season numbers for Martinez, Bucky, split between the rotation and the bullpen. 8 and 9 with a 4.04 earned run average over 118 regular season innings for Columbus. 3-1 pitch. And a chipper foul, and that runs it full. Martinez actually went into the rotation in July, and it was at that point that he really started to get the feel for his breaking ball, and he really had the feel for it when he struck out 13 Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs in a 7-inning stint in a 6-2 win in the championship series. This one slapped foul hard. We'll go again at 3-2. First Pacific Coast League Championship for the Omaha Storm Chasers. Bucky, you managed this Omaha franchise when they had a different name.
They were the Omaha Royals back in '02, and we had just missed the playoffs going into the last 4 games of the season. We had a chance to be the first team to get in a while, and we went on a tough road trip and wound up getting beaten in an extra inning game in Iowa and got knocked out of the playoffs.
Falou slices one down the line, foul to stay alive. Falou during the regular year, terrific campaign, 301. Homered twice, drove in 47 and stole 21 bags. Another payoff, and Martinez misses inside. So there's the game's first base runner. And right away, Bucky, we get to see if Mike Jerschele is true to his word.
I think that he's going to have to early in the ball game try and manufacture some runs, and let these guys. He's going to have to turn his base runners loose, I think.
Falou already with 2 postseason steals, and that forces Martinez into the stretch right away. Here's left fielder David Lowe, hitting .314 in the playoffs with a homer and 5 driven in. He's also doubled once. First one from Martinez is ripped through the right side. That'll be a base hit. Huffman up with it out there and right. Into second goes Falou, and a little early scoring chance here for the Storm Chasers. And now Lorenzo Cain to the plate. Left that offering up there to David Lowe over the inner third, and Lowe spanked it through the right side, Bucky.
Sometimes, when you get them base runners on first base, that pitcher tries to change a little bit and starts, throwing more fastballs because you're concerned about those guys running, and you start making some mistakes.
So now Cain, the right fielder, having an unbelievable postseason for the Chasers. .438 average. That's 14 out of 32. 3 doubles, 2 triples. He's knocked in 4. He's just been a bedrock here in the playoffs for Mike Jerschele. Martinez misses up and in. Now, Martinez with the breaking ball, Bucky, he'll use a bigger, slower variety early in counts to get strikes, but he's got one he can throw in the dirt. We've already seen him use it for a strikeout of Dyson. This would be a great spot for a swing and a miss and a strike 3. 1-0 offering to Cain, ripped right center field. Nobody's getting to this, and the Storm Chasers are going to have a lead. Over to chase it up against the wall is Fedorov. Falou has already scored. Here comes Lowe, and Cain into third easily with a 2-run triple. That's Cain's 3rd triple of the playoffs.
Boy, that's just a real nice piece of hitting. That ball's out over the plate, and he stayed right with it and drove it in right center field.
So an early 2-0 Omaha lead, and the designated hitter Kila Kaiahue now out of the 5 slot. He's had a bit of a scuffle in the playoffs in terms of average, Bucky. 6 out of 28. That's .214. But he has one of the biggest hits of all. He was a guy who went deep to wrap up a postseason series against Round Rock in the first round of the playoffs. A 2-run walk-off job in a 10th inning game.
2-run walk-off, man. That's a great feeling, boy. Hit a walk-off home run in a playoff game to, help your team. And that's what happens sometimes. Sometimes you struggle a little bit, and all of a sudden, you just you get that rhythm and you get that feeling up there, and you take a good swing at a ball, and things change for you.
Kaiahue, the DH today, regular first baseman as well, has struck out 12 times in the playoffs. The 0-1 offering, foul tip toward first, 0-2. With Cain at third, 2 runs in, 1 out in the first inning. The Clippers looking for outs. Infield back and planted straight up right now. A little bit of a wind has picked up, it appears, blowing toward the right field corner.
Well, I think Mike feels that his team, the way they swing the bats are going to score some runs, and especially in this ballpark where the ball seems to carry a lot. Beautiful setting. Watching BP, early balls were just jumping out of here.
2-strike pitch, foul tip, first base side. Nice leaning play over the railing by a fan down there. Now Kaiahue, it's been a year for him, Bucky, where he's had to rethink things. He was with Kansas City at the start of the year, and then Eric Hosmer was tearing things up down here, and in May Hosmer got a promotion, and Kaihua was optioned back from Kansas City here to AAA, and he's had to swallow that and played 90+ games here at the AAA level this year. 0-2 breaking ball, nasty one, swung on and missed, and a second strikeout from Martinez. How big is that with one out and a runner at third base?
Boy, that's huge. To be able to strike a guy out, take away just that weak ground ball that can force a run in. That was an outstanding pitch.
Boy, so much depth. And when you get swings and misses like that as a right-handed pitcher against a left-hand batter with your breaking ball, you know it's nasty, don't you?
Yeah, you do. Boy, he's had a really good bite on that ball.
Nice job by Carlin to cover it up. Catcher blocked it very well. Here's the first baseman now, John Whittleman. Boy, he's thrown right into the fire. Started the game right at the end of the season for the Storm Chasers. His first AAA start. He takes one inside for ball one.
And he didn't sleep very good last night. He probably had some big butterflies. And I could tell him I've been there before.
With Clint Robinson unavailable because of the sports hernia and the upcoming surgery. And we also know that Joaquin Arias, he has a problem with the low back and not in the lineup today. 1-0 breaking ball in for a called strike, and it's 1-1. Whittleman getting his first postseason plate appearance here. A guy who played the entire year in A-ball, and he appeared twice in the playoffs so far, both as a pinch runner.
Well, I think that tells you what the organization thinks about him, that he can come up here and jump right in there and not be scared off and contribute.
And he rips one through the right side. Contributes right away. Here comes Kane from third. 3-0 Storm Chasers lead here in the top of the first. Boy, you get a contribution like that from an unlikely source right away. And you could see that one running to the outer third, but it didn't get far enough out there. And it was also a little up, and he just turned on it, Bucky.
He stayed right with it. Took a good swing at it and turned on that ball.
Now the second baseman, Lance Sawatsky. 6 out of 15 in the playoffs. That's a .400 average. A couple of doubles, 5 driven in. Martinez misses with the first. It's ball one. Sawatsky during the regular year at .233 with 8 homers and 40 ribbies. Already 7 batters to the plate here in the first, and the Storm Chasers have come out pretty aggressive. All the base hits to the pull side against Martinez. They're not waiting.
They're not waiting. They know he's throwing strikes, and they're going right after him.
1-0 delivery, chopped toward short. There's Diaz. He'll step on the bag and force out Whittleman, but 7 batters, 3 runs, 3 hits total, a walk, and 1 left. And the Chasers have a 3-0 lead after half a frame. Clippers get their first at bat against Sean O'Sullivan when we come back.